We don't play the social game. We are social. Power 98.5.
Empowering listeners from the US to the UK. Live on air with Stephen Cuoco.
Hey, what's up? My name's Grant Kanoki. I'm a singer, songwriter, producer, and artist, and you're listening to Power 98.5.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. No matter where you're at in the world, you are live on air with Stephen Cuoco on Power 98.5 satellite radio. It's a beautiful day, a bit of an overcast here. However, the rain is serving well. It really is. Sean just reminded me that it's a day of meditation. And I was thinking about that earlier. We're in a new month. It's September 1st. And we really need a lot of good reflection. Summer's coming to an end. Fall's going to be creeping in here well soon enough. And then holiday season. That's why I'm saying start meditating now. Something's happening to where I am shocked how today is going so fast. If you're experiencing time flying by, you feel like, oh my God, what happened? The day just got away. It is time to start. Put your emotional mental health first. Get that in there. Do your best not to be too distracted. Don't allow too many distractions to distract from yourselves. I believe it's going to be, I'm going to close by saying this, and then we're going to get over to, as you all know, we've got Mr. DJ High Def, my good friend Ryan Dyer from Netflix. It's going to be an interesting year end. I believe in a positive way, but I also believe that, and I can feel it, I can just already tell by how the news and the way reporting is going in mainstream media right now, it is going to be a frenzy of a lot of things going on, of some things I'm going to say that are nonsense, some things that are going to be absolutely horrible. Be careful. There's some sort of TikTok trend thing going on about hijacking Hyundais and Kias. They didn't give a specific model, but certain models, there's some type of thing going on. So if you've got a Kia and Hyundai, park it in a safe space when you're out and about. But that was just in the news recently. That's what I'm talking about. Like these type of stories and these situations that are like really don't make any sense. And people don't need any more disruption. What we really need is to really have more sense and sensibility. So just please do your best. Out of 1,440 minutes, 86,400 seconds in a day, just please make time for your own well-being, and then get back to what inspires you, enlightens you, moves you, encourages you, and just brings you joy into life. Really take this seriously. Get yourself prepared and ready for the best, but just get yourself ready and prepared now before we get closer to the holidays and the year end. It's so very crucial, and it's an important message that I feel is essential for today. He is unforgettable, Mr. DJ High Def. He's also known as Ryan Dyer. He's a respected figure in the music industry with over a decade of experience. He's established himself as an exceptional talent and entertainer in New Jersey, notably at major clubs and venues like Harrah's Pool, Jenks Club, and Headliner. Ryan's unique focus on entertaining and spreading joy sets him apart as more than just a DJ. He's collaborated with renowned DJs and celebrities, shaping his own style and approach. And with appearances on platforms like Netflix Queer Eye, his journey is characterized by unwavering dedication and a natural ability to connect with audiences. And I am also very grateful to call him a friend. He's worked extremely hard to get where he's at today. We've had a lot of great conversations. He's also a resident DJ on Power 98.5 satellite radio. We're looking forward to having his mixes and a specific hour set on a weekend of when his mixes will be live, and also throughout the week. With that, Ryan, good morning,
Yes.
good afternoon, welcome.
Good morning, Steven. What great advice you gave this morning, man. I'm telling you, everybody needs their zen in their life, you know? So, you know, and to reflect. So we all need that encouragement as well. And I've been great to have you as a friend in that. So appreciate it. How you doing today?
I'm doing great. As before we went live, I'm still surprised of what not only a brand new day today is, a new month, also to, you know, just processing it. The energy is just very different. Like I said in the intro before we started, something is in the air, and my heart and my gut is just telling me, get prepared, positive. We really need to think positive, but also to get prepared, because I believe there's going to be a lot of debauchery, a lot of chaos, a lot of things happening in the world that it's something we may not have experienced before. And I'm going by what I'm reading and what's coming up online all the way now down there. There's this TikTok trend about stealing Hyundais and Kias.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, I had my car stolen, Steven. So about a year ago, I mean, I had a Jeep. It wasn't one of those, but that's terrible to even hear that people are doing that.
Yeah, not cool. And that's why we're going to focus on, you know, the aspect and the opportunities of what you're doing in the world, you know, down in not only in New Jersey, but how you're expanding out. You're becoming nationally known. Just spoke with Striz, who's another DJ out of New York. Shocked by how much in the conversation it really felt incredibly honored to be able to speak of you and speak of how he really appreciates, admires, and respects what you're doing.
Well, I mean, to be honest with you, Steve, you know, I went on a trip to Nicaragua this past winter in like April. And I did it with my family, and we went out there to drill a clean water well for a village, and we wound up helping 3 villages out in the process of being down there. And I'll tell you that, you know, it just puts perspective on what we do, what we have, how happy they were just for a glass of soda, and with the smiling kids. So, I mean, it pretty much changed my life completely. And, you know, I just came back with a new perspective on what I do, entertaining people, keeping people happy, and making people smile. So, I mean, that was a big part of kind of this gung-ho mentality and, you know, not stopping.
Where do you see yourself moving forward? This is what I'm interested to ask you, because we're not in a private conversation. We're live.
Right. I mean, you know, Stephen, I've told you before, I see myself, I don't see a limit, you know. I see myself being up there and making those songs and being like Tiesto and doing these festivals. You know, right now I'm looking to be, you know, all over the United States and, you know, and out of the country, you know, Japan, Mexico, and through the States, you know, like Dallas, Fort Lauderdale, you know, Florida, you know, the Carolinas and all that. So, that's where I see myself, and I see myself there a lot quicker than, you know, a 10-year or a 5-year plan, you know. So that's where we're at.
Yeah, now you're conditioned. As I told you, and as you know, even Gabe is extremely impressed by how seasoned you are. You're seasoned to the level of, in a realm of a Tiesto, Steve Aoki. I can't even wait to see you live. I mean, that's your content is extraordinarily well done, well put together. The photos are flawless. Your videos are coming out very well. I've been looking at that on your Instagram. And
Right.
what's even more impressive about you is I have no idea what you're going through emotionally. You're always cool about it. You're always cool, calm, unless that's that Southern New Jersey part of who you are. I would never think that you're stressed about where you're at and where you're going.
I mean, that's definitely, I'm definitely stressed, Stephen, at some points in time. I've been doing this for a long time where, we don't take days off. I'm an entertainer, in my opinion. That's what I do. So I gotta, no matter what happens in my life, I gotta act like I'm happy. I gotta act like I'm there. I gotta act like this is the only thing I want to do, and I do it. Each and every weekend. Whether I have a death in the family, a birthday party I'm missing, a wedding I'm missing. I might be unhappy that I'm missing that stuff, but this is what I chose and love to do. And these people that I have missed, they understand. They know this is what I do for a living. And that I'm happy with it, but like I said, there's things we have to act and we are stressed, I'm stressed kind of before every set I do, but that's what I believe makes me good at my job, because I'm worried about it. I want to make these people so freaking happy that they leave this place and they're like, wow, that was a good night. We're going to remember that one, that we had fun that night. I've left a lot of places feeling that way. And that's all I want from, the people that come to see me, perform.
This is where you just awaken me to ask this question. What is going through you? If you can put it into a word or words or even a visual, what is happening inside of you, in your mind, in your heart, in your body, the moment you know you're on and you're going on now?
Pure joy and excitement. I mean, excitement might be a better word for it. There are nerves, but once that first track plays and I know I've gauged that crowd, that all goes away, because I know I'm about to do my thing and they're going to have fun.
You bring in a lot of young people. Does it surprise you of how well received you are by many people from all walks of life, all ages, who just are excited about you?
Yeah, you know what? I mean, that surprises me to an extent. I mean, nowadays I feel like the kids that do come out and go out to the clubs and bars, especially, I'm changing the music to whatever crowd I'm playing for. So they're feeling that music one way or another, or I'm playing to that room. And they just get excited for the music right now. There's a lot of people out there that are excited about what's going on with music. And I really feel like they don't care. They just want to hear a good DJ. You know what I mean? They want a good DJ, and it don't matter, how old they are or whatnot. They're just ready for it.
And I looked at the post on Instagram that are tagged, and you get a lot of regulars, whether it's your Instagram or I go to Jenks Instagram. I look at what's tagged there,
Yep.
And I look for where you are, and you don't get one hit wonders. You have a lot of loyal people that are coming out to see you.
Always. It's a blessing. I'll be honest with you. I get, each time people come up to me, hey, and I recognize them from the week before, and they're like, dude, we come out just for you. It melts my heart every time I hear that. I smile. I get that joy that I'm looking for. Not that I need reassuring, but it's always good to hear that. It's always good when you leave the club. They're like, you guys did awesome. You rocked. That set was killer. So it's appreciated, man. Especially all the people that come back each and every week, or travel to come see me. Or go to the different clubs and bars. It's great.
I'm over here on Jenks' website now. I'm going to tell you, this place looks great. I've heard of it before. I've never been there. Why Jenks? And what does it do for you personally and professionally? Because this seems to have been a hub for years for you.
Yeah, I've been there for about 7, 8 years now at this point. And we actually started off inside. Um, right now we do both. We do an inside and a beach party. And me and we started that beach party about 4 years ago, and now it's just a monster. We do about 3,000 people on a Saturday night. With lines at capacity. We're at a capacity, and I don't think the place has ever seen capacity except for the last couple of years. So we built that party. Obviously the other entertainers, Jenkinsons, as well as myself, who's been there that long, have built that party, and have made it not just, like you said, a place to just go one night because you're in the area. It's a destination now. It's a destination for people to come even just for the week and then go to Jenkinson's for the weekend, or it's a destination for you to be there all summer long, coming each and every week because of us.
Harrah's, how often are you there a week?
It depends. Like last year, I was there throughout the football season every week, sometimes twice a week. After the football season, usually I'm there once or twice a month, booked out there.
If there's anything you would want anyone to know you by, what would that be?
What would that be? That's a great question, Stephen. I'd want them to know me by, the joy I bring them, that I'm up there looking at me, having a good time, knowing that I love my job and what I do. And it's giving them joy, because one, I'm good at it. And two, they know we're all having fun together.
I'm going to say thank you for being who you are. And thank you for allowing me to be part of your journey, which I'm incredibly grateful for. And you're an extraordinary in so many ways. And I'm telling you right now, you know me well enough. You're in the right place at the right time doing what you're meant to do, even with your background in real estate and everything. What is most important, what you have of assets that most people in your industry, even the music industry, that don't have, they don't understand contracts. They at times don't know what to look for. You've got incredible understanding when it comes to negotiation power. You know what it means to build relationships, and the background you have in real estate has really propelled how you're going to be in this world in music and DJing. And I'm going to tell you, I believe you know it, and please share your comments or thoughts on what I'm saying to you. Moving forward, in addition, as you're continuing to build and grow, there is a presence about you as though you're not just talent. You are a business person. You're a man that understands business. You're a businessman. Also, the fact to where I believe what you're learning and what you're doing in this world, you can teach many other people in a world of DJing that they go in, they get paid a $500 set, but do they really know what's going on? And a lot of times there's not even contracts in place to secure, to make sure that these men and women are getting paid. So there's a lot of missteps in a business that I believe that you can educate on for other people.
Oh, absolutely, Stephen. And the thing is a lot of DJs wouldn't do that. A lot of DJs, especially in the past, they were worried about that. Oh, this person's going to take my spot, or this, that, the other. I've always been willing to help somebody. I'm there to help anybody that I can. I'll answer any questions. I got no problem with that, because I'm confident with what I do. You know what I mean? So I'm not worried about another DJ. But, I guess some people are in this industry, unfortunately.
Any word of advice that you can offer from something that you've experienced in your life, or that you know that someone else had experienced in their life, to help save someone future heartache?
Listen, I've always done my job in what I feel like the right way. I've always been polite, nice, and respectful to everybody. What I can say is that sometimes you do have to go out and network. You know, you do got to go out and go to someone else's club and kind of support that DJ and let them know who you are so they know who you're supporting. That's what it is in this industry. It's kind of just like any other industry. It's who you know, it's who you're friends with. It's, do they like you? And then it's almost, are you a good DJ? Unless you're headlining, you're a big headliner, and then it's a little bit different. But coming up through the ranks, it's being nice, being respectful, not making waves, and doing your job. Being there on time, and doing stuff the right way. And I've never had an issue.
Who would you like to give a shout out to?
Who would I like to give a shout out to?
Yeah.
Oh man, the people I work with at Jenks, obviously, the owner, PJ Storino, my GM, Joe Romano, the DJs I work with on Saturday, DJ Encore, and his guests, and Tim from Jungle Juice, and then obviously my family. They're the ones that have supported me my whole life. They're first and foremost. They're the ones that have been behind me through everything, and have allowed me to do what I do, with no reservations. So I'm here because of them. I'm here because they brought my first DJ equipment. So I'm forever grateful for them and my girlfriend. They're the ones that deal with my schedule, my late nights, my early mornings, and without them, I wouldn't be here.
I'm excited for you. This is just, I'm in a moment of, I don't have a word for it. It just feels really good right now being here with you.
I feel the same, Steven. I've said that to you before too. So, not just saying it because we're on air, but you've meant a lot to my life over the last even 6-7 months. So I appreciate it.
I appreciate you as well. All great things, Mr. DJ High Def. Where's the best place that you would want people to go to find out more about you?
Right now, my Instagram, I'm going to be doing a lot more TikToks and stuff, and updating everybody on that, and all the social medias. I'm heavy on the Instagram. Everything else is going to start following suit. But definitely the Instagram. You'll know exactly where I am every weekend, and I will be having something every weekend for someone to come to. So, and
your handle's DJ High Def on your Instagram, yeah. So
yep.
All your handles are.
Yes, all my handles are DJ HIGHDEF, DJ High Def.
You can't miss it. Thank you again for being with us today. We're going to have you on more often than not, and very excited about it.
Thank you, Steven. Appreciate you guys very much, and I'm looking forward to the working relationship.
Me too. Hold the line, and we're going to close out. Thank you to everyone for joining us today live on air with Steven Cuoco on Power 98.5 Satellite Radio. Once again, DJ High Def, TikTok, Instagram. Definitely head on over to the Instagram. You're going to find out all the latest and greatest of what he's doing at Jenks. And I think there's even some personal notation there as well. You're going to find out and love his flair, his vibe, his groove. And he's an overall, as you heard him, an extraordinary man, person, friend, and someone worthwhile to sit down and have a conversation with. Reach out, send him a message. Don't hesitate to connect with him through his DMs. Leave a comment. All things Power 98.5. Head on over to the Instagram at Power 98.5 Radio, and you'll get to see Ryan there as well. We've been highlighting him. We're going to have this interview available on any of your favorite podcast channels, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Amazon Music, Amazon Audible. However, as you guys always know, I like to say, start at home first here on Power 98.5. We will re-air this episode look forward to more of Ryan on Power 98.5. We're going to prepare to have him maybe on Friday nights. I think Friday nights we're going to look into it of where we're going to have him placed. So listen to his content live. And then also he is available when you go to Power 98.5, power985.com. Just click the tab where it says live music, and he's right there. We wanted him center stage on that page within itself. And to be able to read on the bio, I believe his Instagram link is there. It'll take you directly over. Just click that tab on the bottom right-hand corner. And if any of you have any questions, remember you can send us a message, whether it be on the website or the iOS or Android app, and either myself or my team will get back to you as soon as possible. Remember, that runs 24/7, or you can call the studio line, and you can go to the contact section on power985.com. Have a great weekend. Stay safe. Do well. It is Labor Day weekend this week. And remember, as I said before, and I'm going to remind you, put yourself first in every way. Put yourself first. Get ready. Be prepared. It's going to be a very interesting year end of 2023. You can take that however you choose. I'm keeping it in a positive place. But I gave you your warning today. Get yourself ready. Get yourself prepared, because I may even begin not even to watch the news or look to see what's online of what's popping up, because it's just too much. Way too much disheartening information, and information that's very judgmental, very, very brass, not uplifting at all. And I'm going to honestly say this is, in being in the industry for over 30 years, I've seen some woozy type of content out there, but this is at its worst. I think what people should do, and I know what people should do, stop giving media companies the attention. Don't click on it. Don't get pulled into the sensationalism of it. I think what needs to happen is to ignore it and just start looking at and clicking on things that are a lot more positive and uplifting, or if at all, just don't pay attention to none of it at all, and just stay in your own lane, focus on your own social media, talk to your friends and family, take time for yourself, take care of your responsibilities, and maybe that should just be it. Either way, have a great weekend, stay safe, do well. Stay off the roads when you know that there's going to be a lot happening, because people are going to be partying on Saturday and Monday. And just do what's in the best interest for you. And do it with love and kindness, respect, understanding, and more importantly, or I should say most importantly, in addition, compassion and gratitude. Have a good day, everyone.
Friend us on your socials and let's connect.